Hello second grade, Miss Richmond here with a demonstration video on how you can recreate this umbrella color wheel. Now my example is in black and white, but yours is going to be painted with watercolor paint. What you need for today's lesson is this handout. It shows you step by step what to do to create this painting. You're also going to need this white circle. This white circle is a stencil. What I'm going to do with this circle is I am going to draw along the edge with my pencil touching this paper. It will help me create a perfect circle. So watch me. Step one is to draw a circle. I'm going to place my stencil somewhere in the top middle of my paper. This way I have room for the rest of my picture below it. With my pencil touching my stencil, very slowly trace a circle around your stencil. If you need to move your hand, you can, but try to hold your stencil down as flat as possible, pressing hard so it doesn't move. When you lift your stencil away, a perfect copy of a circle will be on your paper. Now the next step is I need to divide my circle into six sections. You can make a peace sign like this, flip it over and do it again. So there's one peace sign. I'm going to flip it over, draw another peace sign. Now if this is tricky, you can also put a big X in the middle of your circle and divide it in half right down the middle. You want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections of your umbrella. Each section is going to be labeled with the first letter of the color that we are going to paint it. So I am looking at my handout. R is for red, O is for orange, Y is for yellow, G is for green, B is for blue, P is for purple. I'm going to label inside each slice so I can recreate the color wheel. After you have done step 4 and you have a color wheel on your piece of paper, step 5 says to add details. I created a triangle for a dress on my character who's holding this umbrella. Then I gave her some rain boots because she's outside. It's a rainy day. That's why we're holding an umbrella. She isn't just floating in space. She's standing in a grassy field. It might have some puddles on it. I also might have some clouds in the sky with some raindrops falling to the ground. When you are all done with this step, you can use an oil pastel to trace on top of all of your pencil lines. Miss Richmond is using a Sharpie marker so you can see everywhere that I put pencil. I am tracing on top of those pencil lines with my oil pastel. The reason that we use oil pastel is because oil and water don't mix, and when the watercolor paint goes on top of the oil pastel, the watercolor will resist. It will push off that oil pastel because they don't mix, and the only part to be painted will be your paper. Like I said, I'm using a Sharpie so you can see it in the video, but you will be given an oil pastel. You're still doing the same technique of tracing on top of all the pencil lines with your Sharpie. It's your turn now. Have fun.